Tracy, that's actually a really good question, and it's one that you yourself would be able to answer just as well. Is it tempting? No, it's not. Because I would rather do things the way I know things need to be done. That's the right way. Some might call me a fool, but I would rather do things the right way and get things done that way. So no, I'm not tempted to take cheap shots. I'm tempted to do things the way they need to be done. Which is through skill, ability, not cheap, underhanded tactics.
Any other questions for Drake? We want to keep things moving so that we don't go over time tonight. Okay, Drake.
Thank you. Thanks, Diesel, for what you do.
Mm-hmm. I do not see his opponent win, so if Ren is in, they can send me a message. Right now, we will go to Michael and Dominic.
I'm going to start here. Now, a lot of things have been said, a lot of cheap shots have been made, and what happened this past week on Versus with them putting their hands on us, I'm kind of pissed off. You know, at the start it was all fun and games, but now I'm aggravated. I'm ready to shut these two ignorant-ass motherfuckers up for good. I want to shut them up to the point to where, hell, their jaw could be wired shut for all I care. I'm sick of it. Dom, you're sick of it too. Me and you, we've talked about it for a while now. What are our plans at Wrestleseries 13?
See, Michael, our plans are pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Natas, Grimoire, and Titan will be leaving the ruins of Empire City without their precious silver, without anything, because the Carson Bros are here to take the titles, and we are here to revitalize this tag team division.
So what we're going to do, we're going to show up, send these two motherfuckers packing, and we're going to rebuild a lost division. And trust me, I've built the division before, and I'm going to build one again, but this one's going to be better than any prior, because as far as I'm concerned, they didn't last, so they weren't good enough.
All right then, questions for the team of Michael and Dominic. And Tracy asked,
Oh, go ahead, Diesel, sorry.
I was just going to say, Tracy asked, what is your plan to counter their solid teamwork?
Dom, go ahead. You can answer that one.
Yeah, great question, Tracy, but tag team's only great whenever you're a tag team. So I'm not going to reveal too much here because I do see a little rat sneaking out around that crowd. But we've been working We've been talking, we've been planning, and piece by piece, we will destroy him in the simplest way possible.
I'll take it one further. Their solid teamwork compares not to blood. What me and Dominic can accomplish in this ring at Wrestleseries 13 is going to be above everyone. With our ties, with our blood ties, it's easy for us to get the job done without even having to communicate. When these two losers are going to have to talk through the entire match. It's easy. We've got this in the bag.
They just better hope the cameras don't catch them.
Be sleeping on the damn job.
Right.
Jay Moraine asks, I think I already know the answer to this, but I'll ask it for the benefit of everybody else. Natasha is sneaky and underhanded beyond belief. How will you counter that?
Oh, you, Michael.
Well, simple. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool us twice, shame on you. The only thing you're going to be seeing is stars and our music blasting as we walk out Wrestleseries 13 as the tag team champions. Plain and simple.
To add on to that, for benefits, we plan after walking out of Wrestleseries 13 every single time we come down to that ring.
Whoa, hey, don't spoil that yet. We've got to win first.
Sure.
All right. Is there any other questions? Oh, Ricky has one. I like the confidence, but so far the results have been against you. What will you change this time?
What are we going to change? We're actually going to put in effort instead of giving the Toss and Titan a small portion of what the Carson and what our name means. What's going to be the difference? You're getting the full-fledged effect of the Carson Bros. You're not getting 25%. You're not getting 50. You're sure in the hell not going to get 75. You're getting the full fucking... You're getting us all.
All right. Any other questions for for Dominic and Michael? Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
And as I look out into the crowd, I notice that Natas is out there, and we are an equal opportunity panel here. So, Natas, if you would like to speak, your turn is up.
Okay, so I'm sitting here again. There's been a trend with the Carson Bros going Californian, is they cannot articulate or get a full sentence out. Oh, I beat God. So what? You want a cookie? But I digress. See, here comes the thing. Between the education level of me and Big T, who I did double check, who is still ready for the match, even though he took a beating by the Crisis during the Battle Royal earlier. He is ready to the doctor said that he's good to compete. The trainer said he's good to compete. But compared to that, to the Carson brothers, and now I find it funny that he sat here and said, you are going to get 100% of the Carson Bros. Well, that's going to be the fun part, because the 100% that I have seen, they'll be at each other's throats, win or lose, in about a month. guarantee it, but because that's the history that Michael has. See, my game plan has been as simple. It don't matter if we're all in the ring. Hell, it don't matter if it's a regular tag team defense. We are going to, as we always have, wipe the floor with the Carson brothers, and then anybody else that comes along. And it's like I've always said, if you want some, come get some.
All right then, is there any questions for Natas?
Well, I'll go ahead and answer that. No, I'm not worried. Because that's the thing is, as, I'm sorry, but Jaden said, Natas, no offense to your own ability, but as I was in the stands watching, the night that Michael Carson destroyed another person's leg just to win a championship, aren't you even a little bit nervous at the prospect of facing that level of ferocity? Okay. For those of you that don't know, that ferocity, look at the Crisis, or the Crisis brothers. Look at Lady Death. Those three were my trainers. You think I'm scared or nervous over a pipsqueak like fucking Michael? Nah. I've been through hell and back, and I can go through hell and back again. Okay, well, if you ghetto trash don't have any other questions, I'm just gonna go.
Okay, I just wanted to catch up on a question from Foxy Beth Ann that we missed. The question was, no offense, but Michael, I've seen you lose your head several times during matches. Can you keep it calm long enough during this match? Michael, did you hear that?
What?
Michael, I need to catch up on a question that was asked right before you stepped off that we missed.
Okay.
The question was, no offense, but Michael, I've seen you lose your head several times during matches. Can you keep it calm long enough this time? And that question was from Foxy.
Here, let me come out to the front of this to make this very fucking crystal clear. The difference from the past till now I'm not carrying dead weight like I did for all of those years. All the way up till about 2017. I'm not carrying no more fucking dead weight. I may have lost my head before, but that brother over there is going so fucking far into a company like VWE. So am I going to lose my head? Nah, I'm cool. The only person losing their head's Natasha's punk ass.
All right, there you have it, folks. Now, to keep things moving along, at this time I would like to bring up Knight.
So here we are. We finally made it. And now that everything's on the table, it looks like Hammer does actually have what it takes to handle one of his own fights. Now let's see what he can actually do by himself when he doesn't have a Ren or a Michael or a Seth or a Nile or any one of his revolving squad of goons to save him, because he's in there with just me. He knows what I'm capable of. He knows what I've survived because he's usually been on the other side of it. So we're just gonna see what Hammer's made of, because apparently up until this point it's been an illusion. We haven't gotten the real Hammer. We've had a phony Hammer for the years, but this past Sunday, no, this is the real Hammer now. So what is this? What have you been doing the rest of this year with his thumb up his ass, I guess? He tried to take me out with Seth, Cody, and the whole squad, and I came back. He tried to take me out with his squad again, and I still came back, and I took his boy Michael out instead. So, it doesn't matter what he has to say, because I'm a man of action. And come Thursday, that's all that's gonna matter, is the action. No words are gonna save him. He can't talk his way out of it. He's going to have to fight me. And I can promise you, he won't have a lot to say afterwards when his jaw's wired shut after I put my knee upside it.
Any questions for Mr. Knight? Isabel Dread asks, if you are a wireless hotspot, and do you get spam calls on your eyes?
No, I just have a router built into the back of my head. Sometimes I do get something about my car's extended warranty though, but I usually try and ignore those.
Tracy has a question. Hammer has been playing the long game all year with that contract. Are you worried that he might phone it in and throw the match with you just to go after the main event?
I mean, if he wants to, but that means he just leaves me fresh. So when he tries to walk out there, that means he's gonna have me hot on his heels. So he can try and cash in, but either if it's in the match or in the main event of day 2, it doesn't matter. The result's still the same. My knee's still gonna go upside that dome piece, and he's going to be looking at the sky wondering, what the hell did I get myself into?
So, Oz, who do you think will break the no contact order first, you or Hammer?
I'm kosher. Everything's fine. I've got my match. He said yes, he's contracted to show up. And as soon as that bell rings, all bets are off. No contact, out the window, and I promise I'm going to be swinging out the gate. Hammer, you can laugh about it now, but it's going to be soft foods for you from here on out.
I will give a couple more minutes for one more question. Nuas says, so basically, you are not going to give any quarter.
Since someone already quoted him, I guess I'll follow up with another one. From the start of the bell, it's ruthless aggression. I keep coming forward, and no matter what he throws at me, I'm not gonna stop. He had a whole army before trying to stop me. Power bombed me off the steps, did everything to break me, and here I am still standing, still in one piece. What does he hope that he can throw at me that multiple could not? Yeah, even Michael Carson once hit me with a motorcycle, and I still got back up from that. So again, what's left? Is he gonna take those gold chains and wrap them around his fist? More power to him. And then I'm gonna enjoy the look in his eyes as they grow big, as he watches me get back up from that too.
Thank you, Knight. Maybe I think I can simplify that long answer by saying yes, no quarter will be given. And Foxy, the answer to you is yeah, wear your body armor. All right, now his opponent, Hammer.
So, in 2 days, I gotta wrestle against this clown. You know, for somebody so cool, so kosher, he sound real agitated. He's sounding real tense right now. I don't understand it. It could be because he knows this is the only way. What else is he gonna do? This is the only way this man is going to stay relevant for Wrestleseries. Because the only thing he can do is come for the biggest name he can find. And that's me. I've been told y'all I'm the future. I've told you I'm the focal point of all of this. So, under the premise of I'm going to help my bestie, here he is, tugging at Superman's cape. I was not scared to take a match against Knight. I was not worried about taking a match against Knight. I have no interest in him. I told y'all what my plan was. I told you what my focal point was going to be. But here he is. He wants to keep talking. He wants to come at me. So, okay. I got time. I can put in the work.
Questions for Hammer. Go ahead, Cameron. Cameron says, Hammer, how badly will you beat the third-rate Tin Man over there?
That's a hell of a question, Stripes. Well, you know, I'm gonna. He told y'all earlier. You know, he gets the messages. You know, about his extended warranty. You better hope that that's still a good offer, because I'm putting him out of commission for a while.
And a question from Mickey. He was the world heavyweight champion with a pretty impressive reign. I'd say he's pretty relevant. But how about you and that briefcase? All bark and no bite, my dude. We haven't seen you wrestle it at all.
Yes, he was a world heavyweight champion. He did great things. I'm not going to take that from him. You're looking at the man holding the record for the most title defenses ever. I can't deny that. But then he lost. And with everything else going on, with Morgan's ascent to the top of the VWE, fulfilling the dream, with all of that going on, who's talking about Knight? Who's thinking about Knight? Now we're saying something. Now we're thinking about him, because what's he trying to do? Come for me.
Thank you, Hammer. Gentlemen, remember, there is a no-touch clause.
I'm right here. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm right here.
So angry, bruh.
Listen to you stutter. Listen to the fear in your voice as I stare into your soul, knowing I'm gonna rip you limb from limb.
Oh man, I'm about to have fun whooping your ass, boy.
I don't play those games. I'll just put you to sleep and go about my way. Go ahead. Come on. Here, I'll even offer you my cheek right here. Take your best shot. I dare you.
You got 2 days, boy.
just like I thought. All bark, no bite.
I'll see you real soon.
Yep. Definitely no love lost there. All right, let's keep going. Our next wrestler that we're going to bring up is Tracy. Tracy, please take.
All right, thank you, Diesel. I'll try to keep this short and sweet, and thank you everybody for coming out. Look, we can keep talking about the past, the things I did that made me the person I am today, but trust me, you will see plenty of my roots come Thursday night when I give Kat, Ronnie, and Betty the quote-unquote dangerous criminal that they have been asking for. However, I would like to use my brief time here tonight to talk about the things that really matter, which is today. The path I took to get here before all of this criminal nonsense even mattered. When I first came back to this federation, I didn't pretend to be anything that I wasn't. I mean, hell, it is in my name. Bad apple. I'm just a messed up girl from the Midwest who made her mistakes, just trying to be better than the person I was yesterday. And you know what? When I got here, I didn't get the fast track to success. I didn't have anyone up top pushing me, wanting me to be a success or see this championship around my waist. Because to them, to the Camerons, to the people that run this federation, I was a nothing, nobody. And you know what? They were right. I was just an old HAWX has-been. The truth hurts, but that's exactly what it was. The truth. I'm no Christina Krolvac. I was no Maxine Andrezzi. I was no absolute legend Viola Beaumont. I wasn't even a shadow of Lyra Phoenix, our world champion over there. Hell, I wasn't even a Kylie Vane. So I did what any girl would do. I worked my ass off climbing up that ladder every step of the way just to get knocked down time and time again. But you know what? Every single time I grabbed that bottom step with my dirty hands, dragged myself back up, and all year long did it just to prove that I could be more than what I was. Until finally, I couldn't be ignored any longer. Yep, and like that, you all cheered. And for the first time in my life, you guys supported me in a way that I never experienced before. And I swear to God, with everything that I have, that none of you will regret it. So, come Thursday night, I hope my opponents are ready, because I am going to show everyone just how rotten to the core I really am when I walk out of my first Wrestleseries ever, a defending champion. Thank you.
David has the first question with Tracy. Does the numbers game concern you? You will be facing what is essentially a unit or a faction. Yes, a fatal four is everyone for themselves, but I think you can see what would happen here.
I mean, I'm not going to pretend it is what it is. I mean, if you pay attention to Twitter, Kat Monroe, Betty Heiss, and Ronnie have made it very clear that even though Kirok has tried to turn them against me, that I am the woman to beat. I am the one that they got the target set on. I am the one that they are going to try to take down. I would be lying if I did not say I was a little bit nervous. All three of these women are accomplished champions in their own right, so I have every reason to be nervous. But you know what? That's just going to keep me sharp. That's just going to keep me on my edge. And like I said, this was my world for 6 years in that federal hellhole. So I really hope they're ready, because in some ways, you know, if you're anybody in my shoes, if they say that they're not nervous, they're lying, because being nervous is a good thing. Being nervous keeps you sharp. Being nervous keeps you alive.
Okay, I'm going to ask, how much did you pay off the Camerons to look past your history and sign you to VWE?
Oh, I think if that was true, like I said, Mr. Cameronson, that would not have happened. I would have been fast-tracked to success way faster than this. I mean, we have all seen what Mr. Cameron does to those that he favors, how he protects those, how he puts them in power. And by all means, all year, I did not get any special favors. I was put through hell by every single person that I was up against. They did everything they could to stack the odds against me like I asked them to. And after it was all said and done, here I stand, the VWE Women's National Champion.
Okay, that is all the time we have for questions for Tracy. I'll have to pull you out now. Thank you.
No. I have a question. I'm
Last
going to ask
one.
a question.
Oh God.
Tracy, in what dreamland pipsqueak world do you envision even surviving our match Thursday night? No, you don't have to answer that, because it won't be a dream. The Maharani will be your nightmare. And I'll tell you, little Miss Rotten Fruit, I've carried the VWE Women's National Championship twice, and the Maharani will take it back again. But I don't really care about winning. The Maharani's main goal is to ruin you, to squash you in applesauce, and let the bugs of this horrible post-apocalyptic world feed on your remains. Then the Maharani will battle the Betty and the Cat for the title. So my question really is, how long will you cry in the hospital after you are defeated, beaten, broken, and squished?
Obviously, you were not paying attention last Friday night when I made it very clear that everything that you just said was nothing but my world for 6 years in that federal hellhole, darling. What you need to be worried about...
Hey,
What you need to be worried about is how...
I'm going to have to cut you off. We're running out of time.
Fair enough.
Betty, you got 2 minutes. And Betty says, Randy, you cannot expect a criminal to give an honest answer without her lawyer present. What I see in front of me is a jealous GM who always going after Cat Monroe and Maharani, a GM who thinks that putting us in fatal four-way or Reg in a special friendship, he didn't pit us against one another, he pit Tracy against us. He guaranteed Tracy's downfall this Thursday night. We are Lady Liberty's true justice. We are proud to obtain a Women's National Championship belt away from the criminal element called Tracy Stallings.
That's for sure.
See you on Thursday. All right. In the interest of keeping this going, I'll give Kat, she's in the audience, a chance. If she wants to, she can give me a shout and we'll bring her up. Otherwise, we will move on now to Cody God Hooley.
Hey, Cody is a pussy. Hey, Cody is a pussy.
Hello. There we go. See, people try muting God. You don't mute God. You let God speak to his wonderful people. Hello, everybody. I know you have been waiting for this moment to hear me talk. Well, here I am. So, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Am I supposed to come up here and tell you guys how I'm gonna beat the Misfit? Tell you guys how easy it's gonna be and all that? Well, I mean, let's be real. You already know that, right? You people know that. See, some of you guys hold on to this false hope that somehow there will be some miracle at Wrestleseries where the Misfit will gain powers from all your support and manage to beat the big bad God. Well, that's not happening. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. Misfit isn't gonna beat me. See, that sounds like some weird, shitty Disney movie, but this is no weird, shitty Disney movie. This is reality. Stop quacking. God doesn't like ducks. Stop. Alright, whatever.
Thank you, Cody. We're going to have to cut this short.
Cut
Appreciate
me off? You're cutting me off.
I am. Have a seat. Thank you for your comments. Appreciate it. I do not see Misfit anywhere around. We want to be able to get to everybody. So next will be Lyra. Lyra says Wrestleseries is now upon us and I'm entering and will be leaving as your VWE Women's World Champion. The rubble that we stand on right now is what we moved on from. This destruction was what would have happened to us if we stayed on our path, just like my path has changed. Years ago, I left this place angry, not at them, but at myself for not doing better. I could have been winning championship upon championship earlier in my career, and I kept telling myself it wasn't my time. It wasn't my time. I finally realized that what was holding me back, and back then, everything, should have been mine, my time. Like right now. I'm standing here as your VWE Women's World Champion. Come this Thursday, you'll see what I mean. Okay, thank you, Lyra. While you folks if you need to post a question, just send it to me and I will catch them as we bring up the next people so we can keep moving along. Cody, there was a question for you. True savior of wrestling and the one true God of the business, once rid of the ultimate sinner named Misfit, what will you do next?
Goodbye. Have a nice.
Okay, that solved that. And for Lyra, so what are your plans after you choke Danny in like the first 20 seconds of the match? Are we going to get noodles? Lyra asks, really? I guess Nula wants noodles. All right, another question for Lyra was, since Danny is honestly undeserving of facing you, how easy do you think this match will be for you? All right, answer back. I'm going to take that as you are asking me how prepared I am for this match. I would agree that's probably a good answer to that. My answer is, how would you prepare against someone whose victory so far has been based on the prowess of the rest of the women's division getting weak? Just look at this panel. You got Viola Beaumont and Maxine, multi-time women's champion in their own right, reduced to fighting each other over some grudge since God knows how long. Kat Monroe, who only defeated me by pure advantage of cashing in a briefcase on me after a match. And Maxine is, hey. And then Lyra's going to finish off with, y'all believe Danny is the main event, when the fact of the matter is, you've all grown weak, and the new returning set of talent like Danny, Tracy, Jaden, Betty are all coming in to take advantage of you, all getting complacent. You lot here can be satisfied with your grudge matches, your mediocrity, your current accolades. I'm here to stand above you. I will become an enemy. I will continue to grow my legacy. I'll never be satisfied. This Thursday, you'll see why I stand on top of the apex of the women's division as the bird of prey, as the VWE World's champion. Women's champion. Sorry. Doesn't that answer your question? And getting out of me, no more questions. There you go. All right. Do not see Misfit around at all. If he needs to have a rebuttal, he can contact me. And I don't see Danny either. So we are going to move on to Victor. One minute, please. 1 minute. That is all.
So yeah, since I only have a minute of this, I am definitely going to keep this short and sweet. At Wrestleseries, I'm going to be facing off against two of the greatest. Two former world champions. Does that bother me? Not the slightest. Because combined, we have 30 years in this business. All right. And I'm guaranteed that I will continue my legacy and continue holding the VWE Legacy Championship. And believe me, if I have to bring my full force, if I have to bring the wolf out, so be it. Because this title is not going anywhere, and I will continue my legacy. That is all.
Question for Victor: why are you cosplaying a wolf and as a champion?
Cameron, I'm not cosplaying a wolf. It is not just a gimmick to me, it is a lifestyle.
Thank you, Victor. Okay, let's have Ludi come up now, please. As a matter of fact, he does, Nikki. He likes them. They're good.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this Friday night, it's 5 p.m. SLT, 5 p.m. SLT, I will face two of the greatest, two former world champions. I'm going to face Sam the Man, who is a cunning individual. He knows exactly what he needs to do inside that squared circle. He is fast, he's strong, he knows what he's doing inside that squared circle. But I'm also facing the current VWE Legacy champion, Wolfie Castle, Victor Wolfie Castle. I've seen him since he started. I know what he's capable of, and he has the power and the speed of a feral wolf. Now, all of this combined doesn't make them any, well, better than me, because I am the German sensation, Ludi Graves. I'm faster, I'm stronger, I'm faster, I'm better looking. Everything that you can and want to be, I am. So you all will see this Friday when I walk out as the new Legacy Champion. And Diesel, mark my words, because you have to utter them once I finish them off. Your new Legacy Champion, Ludwig Graves. Mark my word, because I am fucking awesome.
Thank you, Rudy. You're going to have a seat. Sam the Man.
I got some questions here. Read the questions.
All right. Question for the future champion, Rudy. When you win, how hard will you party?
I will party like there's no tomorrow. You know, like there's the apocalypse. But matter of fact, I have to win this championship because I got promised an amazing party. So I will win this championship, go home, and have a party like you have never seen before. And if you're nice, I might take your pictures.
Okay. Thank you, Rudy. Appreciate it. Sam the Man.
Well then, fuck you too.
Yeah, I do appreciate it, but we're running short. We got to hurry.
Short and sweet, get to the point. I'm going to be facing off against Ludi and Victor Friday for the Legacy Championship. No disrespect to Victor. I respect all of his accolades. Same thing with Ludi, but Ludi deserves to get his ass kicked. So, Victor, I'm going to be walking out with the Legacy Championship. And that's it. That's all there is to it.
Thank you, sir. Austin Knight. I'm sorry? Yes, Austin Knight. I'm sorry, Austin. Hang on a second. I'm sorry. I'd like James to come up first. Sorry about that.
Yes.
My apologies.
Me first. Sit back down, Austin. Sit back down. Gotta get this off my chest real quick. So you see that title over there? I've held it for 5 months and I don't plan on losing it again. Because I am your VWE National Champion, James Gray. And Austin, you already know, I always hit the mark. And this Friday, I will show you all how I obliterate this dollar store Elon Musk. Thank you very much.
Austin.
Oh, don't sit down there, James. Because, yeah, I got something to tell you. You see, I remember when you started this. When you started, you were a little bit promising. You know what? And almost I thought you'd be someone good. Come down to these days, when you hang out with people like Cody and fucking Falcon, and you become a little bitch. You take every shortcut that everyone will ever find, and you don't live up to that potential. And here's the thing. I've had to fight and do all kinds of things to get you in that ring at Wrestleseries. And if you remember right, I won the chance to pick the stipulation. So I'm going to pick some that little fucking chicken bitch or not God himself, and yes, I'm talking about your bitch ass, Cody, is not going to save you. Because you and me, day 2, steel cage match.
Wow, absolutely outstanding. Yay, great. Thank you, Austin. All right, quick, Maxwell, we got to hurry. Cameron, I'm done with you. You're supposed to be a referee. All right, folks, I'd like to bring up Seth now. We've run out of time. I'm sorry, Viola Maxine. I tried. Seth Cameron, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it seems like Seth Cameron ain't going to show up because he's always a no-show. So moving on.
Now that is absolutely interesting. Oh, I just got some more time granted to us, so we're all right. Next, I would like to bring up Maxwell Ryan. Is he here? I don't see him. Oh, yes, there he is. Maxwell Ryan.
I'm going to be honest with you. This is the biggest match of my career. My career spanned over a decade, and the match I have on Friday is the biggest match that I've ever been a part of. Because let's be honest here, Brackman is the face of the VWE. Brackman's in commercials. Brackman has the most merch. Brackman has a cult-like following. Brackman lives and breathes VWE like the legend that he is. He is the heart and soul. That could have been me. That could have been me if you morons didn't know how good you had it 6 years ago when I was the face of the VWE. I had everything taken from me at my last Wrestleseries, and now I fought my ass off to get back here for redemption on my own and not with every single one of you. And what a better way for redemption? What better way to move forward than to take out your hero? For the first time ever, two wrestlers of separate generations of VWE fight at Wrestleseries 13. The Beard versus the best big man in the business at the biggest stage, and I will leave a long-lasting statement by showing how not real Brackman claims himself to be. I've returned with more of an impact and more purpose than Brackman has in that Wrestleseries 13. All of the gaslighting Brackman did, all of the disrespect Brackman has done to me, all the quote-unquote mind games will come ahead because I will finally have my Wrestleseries moment by defeating the legend and becoming the face of the VWE.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan. Maxine.
Think, Viola, sister dear. Over the years, who has broken my body, tried to kill me, break my spirit more. You even still crack a joke at me by saying, bend a knee. As your buddy Austin so eloquently used to put it, squeaky knee Maxine. And don't even get me started on the whole idea that your little diamond club is nothing short of a charlatan's farce. You haven't changed. You two are still the incorrigible sots that you were then. I see your true colors, Viola dear, and it's just a matter of time before you remember who you really are. And if you don't, especially with no rules to save you, you'll be looking up at the lights in the toxic sky at the end of the match. Tried, weighed, measured, and found wanting.
Thank you, Maxine. Viola. And Viola says, Maxine, you are a legend in this business, and you have proven in the past that you are capable of being an elite competitor in the ring. You brought me to the VWE here in Empire City at its birth, and for that you have my gratitude. But this venomous behavior of yours I will have nothing to do with. I will not be drawn into your own toxic drama. You claimed earlier that I abandoned the sisterhood of our little sorority we established back in 2016. I initially balked at the idea, but I will admit you are correct on that. I indeed very much have moved on from the sisterhood. I have moved on to a group with a brother who shares my vision of wrestling, and while you may have brought me into the VWE, it is Austin Knight who has had my back since day one without question. LAMU is dead, and in its ashes I found a better home in the Diamond Club. Stick your nose up at it all you want, but it is what you yourself who decided to side with the Diamond Club in the war of 2020. I am the Queen of Diamonds and the absolute legend. This Friday, that is what you better concern yourself with rather than your past, because for me, it will be nothing but business. And when all is said and done, it will be my hand raised in victory. Our business will be concluded, and you can move back down the ladder to find someone else willing to play your pointless games. Thank you, Viola. All right, we have one more guest because I do not see Nightfire here, so please, Morgan Jones.
You know what? I can admit when I'm wrong. And I was wrong to trust Niall Nightfire. I was naive because I actually believed for a second that he had some form of respect for me. And if not for me, some form of respect for the weight that is on our shoulders to main event the biggest Wrestleseries in the history of VWE. But again, I was wrong. Niall played a big game, so kudos to him. Kudos to him and kudos to Seth Cameron for setting me up, and I fell for it. I fell flat on my face. But how smart is their game, really? Because now you've motivated me even more than I was motivated before. I don't know how many times we need history to repeat itself, but I get it. I have this image. My fans love me and I love them. I have a funny show and I dance my way down to the ring, and because of that, people think that they can push me around. They act as if it's some sort of vulnerability, but it is not a vulnerability. It is my strength. So whether you like me or whether you stand by the actions of Niall Nightfire, I am going to promise you something. You are going to get the best at Wrestleseries. You are going to see that I have taken every single failure, every single ridicule, and I've turned it into fuel. You may not look at me and think that I'm a threat or that I'm big and scary, but you should be scared. And where are you tonight, Niall? Where? Where are you at? Didn't care to show up? Didn't care to show up after I promised you that I'd be here, right? Because you really thought that your attack on me was enough to keep me out of Wrestleseries? You're usually the math expert, Niall, but I think that we all know the answer to this equation. You're nothing but a pathetic shell of a man who was once infamous, but now you've proven that beneath all of that infamy, there is nothing left but a coward. I heard every single word you said about me on Versus. Every single word, every syllable. And if you think trying to weaponize intimidation will work, Niall, it won't. Because I have worked and worked. I have worked my little ass off to be the man who gets to stand on top of this division. I stuck it to Seth Cameron. I threw his big ass over a cliff at Beach Brawl. I walked into the Elimination Royale and outlasted 29 other men, and now I will go to the main event of Wrestleseries. With every single little piece of me that I am, I will dance in that ring, and then I will kick Niall's ass in my fedora shoes. So when I step foot into the ring at Wrestleseries, Niall, and I take your VWE World Heavyweight Championship, you will have nothing. You can have Seth Cameron in your corner. Hell, you can have all of Cardiff, Wales in your corner for all I care, Niall. You may call me weak, but it is a weak man who blames his failures on the strength of others. And after Wrestleseries, you will have nobody to blame but yourself. So, Niall, welcome to the Morgan Jones Show, bitch.
Okay. Well, absolutely outstanding panel, folks. I'm sorry that we got to cut the questions short. If you have questions, you are absolutely welcome to send them to me, and I will do my best to get them answered for you. I would like to let everybody know that going on right now, and I mean immediately after we close this, there is a huge party by DJ Doug. There's going to be giveaways by all our sponsors down at the quarantine zone as soon as we close, which is just seconds away. I want to thank all of you for coming. I'd like to thank our panel for coming and not